Learning piano doesn't have to feel like a chore. Imagine if, instead of tedious skills and rigid lessons, you could drop into a state of pure creativity, a flow state, and actually enjoy the process of learning music. Today, I'm joined by Patrick Boylan, a co-founder of the innovative music education app Museflow. Patrick's journey is just as inspiring as his creation. He's a self-taught pianist who transformed his own struggles and discoveries into a platform that's now changing how people everywhere learn piano. If you ever wanted to learn music, or you simply are curious about how technology is shaping creativity, this episode is one you won't want to miss. Hey friends, I'm here with Patrick Boylan, co-founder of the music app Museflow. Welcome, Patrick, to Just Saying.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so let's rewind. I want to hear a little bit about your past, your background, what brought you here today, and then we'll get into your app. But let me hear I want a little of your story, if you don't mind sharing.
A story. Yeah, it's my parents. I grew up in Chicago. My dad was an actor. Mom was in broadcasting. She worked at CLTV, Chicagoland Television, and she was a producer there for a while, and then flipped over to True Crime over at Towers Productions. She now writes that as a freelancer. So they raised me and my sister. We grew up with a very, very loving father who was a very creative, such an artist. And then my mom picked us up at the dinner theater every night. And then we went on home after, a day of hanging out and playing with my dad. So
that's fun. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it was a very creative. I mean, look, it makes sense, like where I've come from and where I am now. Like, it makes a lot of sense to me, right? Being a freelancer, starting my own business, being an actor and a musician, like all of these things makes a lot of sense to me given who raised me,
Have you recorded anything?
I don't write music. No, I only play music.
Oh, you just play music? Oh.
Yeah. I consider myself to be a translator. I translate music that is written, right? Sheet music into an auditory experience. I don't consider myself to be like a classic creative, because what's the root word of creative? It is create, right? I don't create things from the ground up. I transpose them from one medium to the other. That's what I do. And so I need the foundation to be there for me to really do my work, right? Which is the translation.
Can I ask you a question off topic a little bit? I don't know. I always do that. But what do you think about AI? And I wonder, because I use, for my music for this podcast and for videos that I've done. And I did a tribute because we had a high school shooting in my high school when I grew up. And so I did a tribute to that, but I used AI. And so I wrote it using my friend, Chad. He's actually my Chat GPT guy.
Sure.
I named him Chad. I go, can I name you Chad? And he goes, sure. So he always encouraged me. I don't have a relationship with my Chat GPT person,
but you sure, Jess?
He does encourage me. He's a great writer. So we go, I ask him about okay, this is what I want. And so then he writes me a song, and then I put it to music on Suno, which is SUNO. You have to pay for it. It's not that much, but you can write all kinds of songs. I mean, I even thought, I had a mess up in one of my podcasts, like in the middle, I was going to put what do you call it? What is that? Game show music, like a little jingle. So you can even create like a little game show jingle, like right in the middle.
Classic. Very fun.
So you could do all kinds of stuff like I did. Anyways, I'm off topic, but what I was trying to say is there a website out there or an AI yet that does help you create music, sheet music? I don't know.
There might be. I wonder about the sheet music aspect, right? I know that there's a bunch of websites. I don't remember exactly what, but there are websites out there that can create an MP3 and give you like a downloadable file that is a song. But when it comes to sheet music, right?
So I was just thinking, like, if you can say, like, I want it to be like this, similar to this tone, this type of, you can say, I don't know the terminology because I'm not a musician, but you know what I'm saying. Give me a term.
A term? What do you mean?
Yeah, like a sheet music term,
Like rubato. Rubato means
yes.
very not out of tempo, right? Very.
Yes. So you give it kind of these commands, and then you even say, and here's the music. Like if you even wanted to write music to it, it would create something for you. You should create an app for that.
No, thank you. I don't want to do that. No, because my opinion is that like humans are so integral to the creation of music.
I know.
And
the
I
funny
don't.
thing is, I know that artists don't believe in like what I'm espousing. But
well, here's the thing. So I mean, I guess we can pop on over to the app, right? Museflow, the one that I co-founded. It teaches you how to play piano. It teaches you the technical skill of being able to play that instrument. Okay. And it does it in a very fun and very engaging way.
What's the age group on your website? Can my daughter who's 15 learn to do that?
100%. It is anywhere between 8 and 98, right?
Okay.
It's anybody. We have teachers that are using it with their students. We have retirees that are using it because they're bored, right?
So that's the whole reason why we're here, people, by the way, because I got us off on a whole different
Well, no, this is kind of tying it back. We're tying it back in here, though. So, so here's the thing. Like a lot of people are scared, especially because of the AI revolution right now, that Museflow is going to take over teachers' jobs or take over creation jobs, right? Just like AI is poised or people are very scared about this, taking over creatives' jobs, which I don't think that's going to happen because, again, I think humans are so integral to the creation of art that I don't know if you've ever seen an AI image be generated and you look into the eyes of the image.
Yeah, it's very flat.
Deadened, just dead inside, right? And that's unfortunately the same case when it comes to the music that is being created by AI. It is very bland and it's very reductive. It's not new or innovative.
Right. They use the word grit a lot. I know.
So, yeah, right. So Museflow is, the people are scared that Museflow is going to take over teaching jobs. And what we say to that is, no, we're just reframing what teaching is. We're saying, here, as a teacher, let me outsource the teaching of technique to Museflow so that I don't have to spend hours of my time with one kid in lesson having them redo the same phrase over and over and over. No, we're saying outsource the teaching of technique to Museflow so that in your lesson, you can focus on the fun part of teaching, which is musicianship. It's asking your students and asking yourself, why do I want to play it that way? How do I want to play it? And what about this song makes me want to play it that way? The interpretation aspect of music, right? And again, I find that to be very human. It's an opinion, right? Why would you play a song called Frolicking Through the Forest? Why would you play that?
Terrible song, by the way.
Boop, 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 right? It's very frolicky, right? Very frolicky. But then maybe your frolic is a very meander frolic, right? Maybe your frolic is more do 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 do, very very legato. Yeah. So it just depends on your experience as a person and what you define as frolic. So that is musicianship.
Also, if you think about it, because I always look at this piano lessons, because I gave my kids, my daughter. Did I give her piano? I think I did because we have a piano. But I know I gave her guitar lessons and singing lessons and dance lessons and all that. And when you come home from, let's say, piano lessons, you're not bringing the lesson home. You're saying, okay, here you go, practice. And like, can they remember what they practice? But maybe if they have a website that they can like use to help them practice too, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, also like more engaging, more effective. Museflow is more effective than traditional lessons, and it's because of the way that we teach. We teach
it in a very like homework.
It would be the homework, but instead of it actually being homework and not fun and very got to pull teeth to like get your kid to do it. No, Museflow is a game. It's a game. And the students want to use it. They want to play because it's fun and iterative. So let me tell you how we teach, okay? We teach through what is called sight reading, the act of reading music at first sight. Okay. So we give you music that you've never seen before that never repeats. It is a constant flow and stream of generative music that is at a very specific level of difficulty so that you can practice a very specific skill. Our app is it's gamified. We have levels for each of the skills, whether that's a new note or a new rhythm. And we accumulate those as you go along. Okay. So they constantly are being in the sight reading trainer. We give you a new note or a new rhythm, and then we do it in isolation for a little bit. And then we put it in the context of everything you know so far up to that point. You can adjust the tempo, which is the pacing, and you can adjust the difficulty of it by going down a level or up a level. It depends. It totally depends on where your Goldilocks zone of challenge is. You know, you don't want to be too frustrated because then you're going to get discouraged. You don't want to be too bored because you're going to be bored and you're going to get bored, right? And so you find that pocket where your challenge meets the skill level. And you just go and you play. You play the infinite music that is there at that level. You're playing and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. You play 4 phrases of music in a row at 95% accuracy at the gold tempo. Boom, you pass the level. And then songs get unlocked after that. Okay. So we're adding a step between songs and
what kind of songs?
Well, we have 103 songs right now in the curriculum.
Whoa.
And there's about 3 to 5 get unlocked every level. Okay. It ranges from Koji Kondo, who wrote all the music for Zelda, to Row, Row, Row Your Boat, right? To Claire de Lune, to Piano Man, we got all of these different versions of it. I know, me too. That is unlocked at level 17. And so, it's one of those things where it's like,
I have to go to 17, but you know what? Basically, you get to the skill of being able to play that. By the way, did you see his on HBO Max, his documentary?
No, but
Billy
I heard
Joel?
of it. It's really
good.
right?
It's a 2-day, it's like 2.5 hours for one episode, and like 2.5 for the next episode. I really love the beginning because I'm sorry, I'm off on a tangent, but I told you I'd probably do this.
Yeah.
But his, it's really, really good because it talks, goes into his history and everything, and you learn so much. It's like very, very interesting.
I love that.
But yeah, I have, like I told you, I have a playing piano. I guess I'm lazy. I do want to learn to play. I play the guitar a little bit. And so, but I don't know how to read music. I can read where it says D, and I know how to do a D, but I don't know what that looks like on sheet music. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So,
we teach you how to read sheet music and how to play your first note.
I want to go get your app.
We can teach you that in 7 minutes.
No, it's not necessarily on your phone, but you could put it like on an iPad or something too, right? Or like
right now it is web-based, but give it a couple months, we will have an iPad port. It'll be an app that you can download from the App Store.
Because I'm just saying, like when you're at your piano,
I know.
Your tiny little phone might not be right.
Well,
or you could put your computer laptop up.
Yeah, we are making a mobile version of this. It's in the pipeline. It's happening. We're making an iPad version of it. It's going to happen where it's going to be out in the next couple of months, right?
That's awesome.
But right now it is a web app. It is a website that you go to, and it does the thing for you, right? It's what's so
funny is that I can't even talk. My podcast is a lot of therapy for myself and a lot of me shopping for myself and a lot of me doing things that I wish that I could do myself. Like this is something that I completely want to try because I've always wanted to learn to play piano. I have a freaking piano. Nobody plays it. It plays itself. I mean, I pop in a Billy Joel CD or I have Elton John. I have like all of the greats in there and you put it in and it plays great and everything, but I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that, like especially at holidays. I mean, that would be
right.
Instead of playing the guitar, or I just think the piano is just, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's like on my bucket list. It's actually not on my bucket list in my book, but it's on my bucket list in my mind. Because I wrote a book called Bucket List from a Redneck Girl. And so it has a lot of my bucket list things in there. And playing the piano is actually, I don't think it's actually on my bucket list, but it is in my mind of my bucket list.
Sure.
Like the things that I've added. So I kind of feel like I want to go do it. I'm hoping people out there listening will try this because you know what? Playing an instrument is so special. And over time, you'll see, I mean, it brings people together. It makes people feel good. Let me ask you a question. I got off topic. Let me rewind a smidge. So how did you learn to play piano?
I took 8 years of lessons and I hated every second of it. I couldn't do it. And I wasn't learning the fundamental skills. Instead, I was learning these songs by rote, right? And so I wasn't learning the fundamentals. And then my teacher retired after 8 years, and I was very not far along. I was really bad. I was a terrible student. My parents had to ground me because I wasn't practicing. And so
I said when you have to go home to practice, you're all by yourself and you're trying to remember what they're taught you.
and it's no fun. It's not
Right.
fun. Again, you're learning these like shitty songs, excuse me. These
Okay. You
really
can
bad
cuss. Real moms cuss. Anybody
Great.
watching my podcast, we cuss. Yeah.
These like gross, nasty songs that are boring, right? You're trying to learn whatever concept you're supposed to be learning that week, whether that's a new rhythm or a new note. You're supposed to be learning that in this song. And then so cool, you master the song, great. But that doesn't mean that you can apply it to other songs. You've only learned that skill in the context of that one specific song. So I just felt like I was learning these songs in isolation, not really understanding the fundamentals, not learning the fundamentals. And so my teacher retired, and then I started going back to my parents' sheet music. They had a bunch of scores for musical theater. They were musical theater lovers, and so they had a bunch of these scores, right? And so I flipped through them, and I was like, oh, and I was like trying to play these songs verbatim, right? And then I found a little phrase that I really enjoyed. And whether that's a pattern in my hands or like whatever it may be, or I just love the harmonies or whatever, I closed the music. This is the key. This is the key here. I started improvising around that phrase. I put that phrase in different musical contexts. I put it in the right hand. I put it in the left hand. I played it backwards. I slowed it down. I sped it up. I changed the time signature. I changed the key. So many different ways for you to massage a phrase and play it in all these different contexts. I was like, cool, that was really fun. And so I kept doing that for years.
You're creative like your dad. You just didn't know it.
I didn't know it. And so that type of learning, that very iterative flow state, putting the core concepts in a multitude of contexts, and then being able to apply it to songs, that is the key to Museflow. That's the key to my ability to learn how to play piano. Cut to college, I was the only acting major that could play piano. And so all of these musical theater people were coming up to me being like, Pat, I want to play this song. I want to learn this song. I want to prep this song for an audition. And I'm like, cool, throw it in front of me. Let's see what happens. And so they put it in front of me. I'd never seen the song before. And they start singing and I start playing and it works. I could play that song that I'd never seen before. And I was like, why? How can I do this? And I realized that because of the way that I was learning these like bite-sized chunks, I was pulling them out of musical theater scores. And I was learning those core concepts, these chunks. I was learning them outside the context of a song so that when I saw it in a song, I was able to play it. Whatever key it was in, whatever time signature it was in, I was able to play that chunk. Because music repeats itself all over the place, right? And so these chunks kept repeating all over the place in all these different songs. I could sight read musical theater. And that is one of the main skills that I use in my job. I'm a professional pianist and I play it over at a piano bar here in Los Angeles. And
what's it called? Can you tell us, or would you mind sharing?
Tramp Stamp Grannies. Tramp Stamp Grannies. I play over there maybe once every weekend. I have a great time doing it, but it's an all request show. And I would say about 50% of the songs that I get requested, I don't know. And so I have to pull up the sheet music on my iPad. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. I have sheet music directories all over the place that I have subscriptions to. And so I pull up the sheet music for the song and I play it. They're singing along with me. They're kind of helping me out a little bit, right? And I'm playing it, I'm singing it, we're doing it, but I'm reading it for the first time. That's about 50% of the gig. And I'm able to do that because of the way that I taught myself. And so I was like,
your aha moment came in when you're doing, when drama, or what do you call it? I'm sorry, high school's drama, but like college is called.
It was college.
Musical theater.
But the aha moment for me when it came to Museflow was really 3 years ago. I was just bored one day and I was like, what if there's a way to make the way that I taught myself how to play piano? What if there's a way to kind of use that as a methodology? Maybe I could somehow make it into an app. And so I started thinking about it and I'm like, cool, what would be the game? Well, sight reading would be the engine of the curriculum. And we give you a concept. We have an infinite amount of music that never repeats and it's always at this one specific level. Cool, you got to get 4 phrases above 95% accuracy, because we don't want perfection. We don't need perfection. We want, 95% or above. Great, 4 phrases in a row, call it a day. You win the game. Then songs get unlocked after that are at your level. You can immediately apply those skills right to those songs. Cool. And so I brought this over to a friend of mine who's a music teacher, and he's like, Pat, I've literally been thinking about the same thing. And I was like, no way. And so we like combined ideas, and we found some engineers that are friends of friends, and we started a company, and we put the app out there and people are loving it.
So you are finding like that the people that are using it, it's working, like they're learning and they're, so if you're out there and you decide, first of all, I want to keep saying it, Museflow, Museflow. That is, I want to keep saying it over and over again so they know it. I'm going to put it in the title so they know it, because it's something that I truly believe that if it's working and you want to learn to play piano and you want to have it not be boring, you want to be interactive with it. And I think that this is awesome. Can I ask you a question?
So Jessica, no, you can't.
I'm just saying. How does the app use like behavioral psychology and like the flow state principles to enhance learning?
Yeah, flow state is this really cool concept created by a positive psychologist named Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. He's Czech. And he basically kind of realized that performers, whether you're a music performer or an actor or a sports performer, you're a football player, they get into this state that is called flow state. He coined the term, where you get into that groove where the challenge of the task that you're doing is just a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and you're not overwhelmed or you're not bored by the task. And you can stay in that pocket for a very, very long time. You lose a sense of time. You just are doing the task. And you're really enjoying it. I bet you anything you've gotten into flow state yourself, where you've just like, you look up at the clock and then you look down at your task, you continue doing your task, and then you look back up at your clock and you're like, oh my God, it's 2 hours? Video games do this all the time, and it's scary.
It's crazy how you can be on your phone and not like, flipping through Facebook pictures, and then while you're watching TV or something, and the next thing you know, you're like, well, wait, what just happened? And the whole show's over and I've not been paying attention. So I actually have stopped being on my phone when I'm trying to do like the TV time with, the family and everything, and we don't pick up the phone at dinners. We keep the phones down, and we go out to dinner. We don't pick up the phone. We try, because otherwise you're like in your phone and you're not in the moment.
Exactly.
So, yeah. But I got off on another tangent.
No, that's very appropriate, because those things that you're talking about, video games, TV, doom scrolling, all of those things have been engineered to induce flow state. They all have. And what we kind of realized was that, you can just engineer anything, including the process of learning a new skill, to allow for flow state. You really can. There's some certain things that you got to incorporate. Number one, real-time feedback, immediate, just-in-time, real-time feedback. So you get a piece of information that says, do this differently, and you should be able to immediately apply it. Okay. That's
important, because like when you're playing a video game and you hear the cling and you get all the coins, that really makes you feel. I mean, I have to say, I was addicted to a game, and I'm like, I have to keep my thing going, so I have to buy $5 worth of whatever.
There's streaks,
and
right?
I $5'd myself into like craziness, and I finally, now that I've started this podcast, I have not played this damn thing in months. It's probably wondering like, where has she gone? Because like the revenue stream from my bank account is no longer going to that game.
Right.
But I'm filling my life with other things that are, more important, that are more productive. Yeah. And so everybody get off your damn phone.
Seriously.
Unless you're listening to my podcast, you can stay on it.
Or, learning a new skill.
Or learning a new skill on Museflow.
Yeah. So we've used that concept, real-time feedback. We've used that feedback. The notes, as you play them, change colors. They turn green if you got it correct. They turn yellow if you got a duration error. Say you've played the note, you played it too short, right? You didn't hold it down long enough, right? That's a duration error. So we color it yellow. And
Guitar Hero for piano.
That's what people they say that all the time. It's like Guitar Hero, but you're actually learning how to play piano. you know, where
Yeah.
Guitar Hero was just a game and it never taught you actually how to play guitar.
Or how to strum
Museflow,
or do anything. You're just click, 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 click. Is clicking.
exactly.
Right.
Museflow actually teaches you how to play the instrument. So
It's
real-time
almost like I
feedback.
want to run right now and go get the app and go to my piano and start trying to play. I really
Well,
do.
please,
I'm like,
hey, use your
I'm like,
coupon code. We've
oh yeah,
got,
that's
you know, we've
yes.
got your coupon code, Jess50. That'll get you
Yes.
50% off for life. Whatever subscription you choose, it'll take you 50% off. You can use that, Jess. I created
Okay,
it.
yay.
I just created it, so it's all yours.
Okay, so anybody out there that goes on to this website and you put in Jess50, JESS50, you'll get 50% for life. I feel so good. Cash, one more question before we wrap this up.
Of course.
So do you take the feedback from students to help like shift your like how the programming is and everything? Like, are you like taking into consideration like what people are saying? And was that part of the like engineering process, or are you constantly tweaking it, or is it just done and it's done now? Does that make sense?
We have the flywheel going of user feedback into product development. We've got that flywheel going. And so like, for example, we had a free trial user. Sidebar, you get 14 days free. So you can just try it out. He said that he was colorblind, and our colors that we chose to color the notes differently for the feedback, he wasn't able to see them because he's colorblind. So could we have a shift of colors for red, green colorblind, and then also pure colorblind? So we decided monochromatic would be a great call. And so we did both. We did a red, green colorblind toggle on and off and a monochromatic toggle on and off. And we implemented that in a week because he wanted it. And now he's one of our users. So,
wow, that's so good, because everybody learns and sees in different ways. I mean, what do you think about what is your perspective on like just music as a whole as a form of like self-expression for people with like mental health issues?
Absolutely.
I mean, isn't this like a great thing for autistic children? I mean, I have two autistic children, but
great.
yeah. So, but I think that music is definitely. And she's stuck on her phone. She's a YouTuber. Like, she constantly will scroll, but she loves 80s music. Do you got a lot of little 80s music in there? Because
she got a couple songs from the 80s. Yeah.
See, this is a feedback. 80s music is, I think, having a comeback. You need to put a lot of 80s music in there.
Yeah, I am such a fan. And you get these 80s synth songs. Like there's a modern band that I love called The Strike. And they do all of these 1980s synth sounds, and they have a saxophonist that does all these solos.
I love saxophone.
And you're like, oh, so hot. Oh, so good.
I love piano and saxophone, like just the combo. I love like Chicago. I love things with the horns, and like the musicality of music is just, I love it. But I'm going to take you off on another road, and I know we need to wrap this up and put a pin in it. But okay, so let's talk about where they can find you again and the coupon again, so that we get some traffic. Oh, and also, by the way, my website, by the time this gets aired, my website will be done.
Hey, congrats.
I know. It's been a journey. I mean, I'm just buttoning up the last of it, I think. So hopefully it'll be done. But you'll be able to find Patrick's information and the link to his website on my website, which is justsaying.net. And Patrick, what is your website so we can drive traffic to you?
Just museflow.ai. FLOW.ai.
Yeah. .ai.
And the coupon code is Jess50.
Is that like misleading?
Not really, because later down the road we are going to be incorporating a little bit of more generative AI than anything. The music that you're going to see it already is created it's algorithmically, so it's not technically AI. And then humans, we go in and massage every single phrase. So it is both generative, but it's also like hand I mean, isn't AI just freaking amazing though? Like all the things it is getting nuts, dude. But we're going to be adding in pattern recognition. We're going to be able to recognize some patterns in your playing and then adjust the music dynamically based on how you're playing. That we're building it so that we can incorporate those features later down the road.
Do you have any social media where you post like people playing using your app or anything like that? Maybe you should do that.
We have an Instagram, but it's mostly just me on podcasts right now.
What you need to do is you need to get somebody that's learning learning and you videotape see, look at me, I'm in marketing. You videotape them learning, and as they're learning, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. And oh my God. And then you put them on your Instagram so you can show people that people are learning and they are doing it.
I've had some really amazing experiences where I've seen one of our users. I've seen a couple of them. I've been on like a web, cam with them.
But you're seeing it.
I know. See it. I wish I recorded those because it was so awesome to be able to witness.
No. Okay, so you know what? I'll get it. I'll have my daughter start. My French bulldogs have come over to say hello to me. I will get it. I'll tape record my daughter doing it. Did I tape record? Am I like totally in the 80s? But I will video. I will video her, or however you say it, and her little progress. And then what you do is you get people to do that for you, and then you post that, and you make commercial out of it.
I would love them. That would be
Look
great.
at me. I can't. Well, listen, go to museflow.ai and use Jess50 to get your 50% off for life, Paul. You can also find it on my website, justsaying.net. I am also on YouTube, Instagram. I'm on all the things. TikToks. Go find me and subscribe and like, because I need to build my my audience, please. And Patrick, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. And I think that I'm definitely going to go get the app. I always say that to my guests, like, yeah, I'm going to buy your book. But I swear, I'm getting your app because I totally want to learn to play piano, and I totally believe in you, and I believe in this product. So go get it. And I will post things on my website and on my in social media that I am learning, and people can see me doing it.
Perfect.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, I love that, Jess. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, you guys, thank you so much, and everybody have a great night. All right, bye-bye.
Low, talking about the days we used to know. VCR tapes and dial-up tones, raising kids living with achy bones. Leather jackets and big hair days, now it's carpool lines and PTA. Neon dreams turn into schoolyard fights, but our hearts glow in retro nights. We are Gen X, living both worlds. From cassette tapes to a digital world. Parenting now with a nod to the past. The retro love we know will last. We are Gen X, living both worlds. From cassette tapes to a digital world. A nod to the past, the retro love we know will last. We dance to the beats of the boombox sound. Now bedtime stories echo all around. But deep inside we're the mixtape kings, still fighting life with arcade dreams. A pizza slice, telling tales with a side of advice, laughing at the way it used to be while